Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, not just to check your reflection, but to really see yourself? That quiet moment where the lights in the room feel heavier, where your own face looks both familiar and distant, like an old friend you used to know but somehow lost along the way. You notice the small details first, the tired eyes, the posture that has grown weary, the skin that has lost a little of its glow. And suddenly, a question whispers inside. When did I stop taking care of myself? It never happens overnight. No one wakes up one morning and decides, I will let myself go. It's a slow unraveling, a quiet surrender that creeps into your days like dust settling on a shelf. You say you're too busy, too tired, too overwhelmed. You tell yourself it doesn't matter, that appearances are shallow, that true worth lies inside. And yes, your worth does lie within. But what about the vessel that carries it? What about the body that holds the soul, the skin that shields the spirit, the posture that announces your presence before you even speak a word? You see, the way you care for yourself isn't just about vanity. It is about dignity. It is about respect, the kind you show not to others but to yourself. Because when you stop caring for your body, you stop caring for your spirit. When you stop grooming your outside, you slowly let your inside decay. Think of the times when you looked your best. Not because you fit into someone else's standard, but because you stood tall, your eyes alive, your face radiant with the quiet pride of someone who chose themselves. Do you remember how different life felt then? Conversations flowed more easily. Opportunities seemed to open. People treated you differently, not because they suddenly discovered your worth, but because you were radiating it. Because you walked into the world saying, I am worth the effort. I am worth the time. I am worth, and little by little you stopped polishing the mirror. You stopped paying attention to the details. And soon, the person staring back at you looked like a ghost of the one who once believed. And yet, here's the truth you may have forgotten. That person is still inside you. The light hasn't gone out. It's only been covered, layer after layer, by neglect, fatigue, and resignation. But what if today you decided to stop? What if you decided to reclaim yourself, to take back the dignity that slipped quietly from your hands? It doesn't take grand gestures. It begins with something small. A morning walk under the breaking sky. A glass of water instead of another soda. A clean shave. A fresh outfit that makes you feel alive again. These little choices whisper to your soul. You still matter. You are still here. You are not invisible. And when you string enough of these whispers together, they become a roar, a declaration, a transformation. Because here is a secret. The world treats you the way you treat yourself. If you walk slouched, eyes downcast, dressed in defeat, the world believes you. If you walk tall, shoulders back, face shining with the effort you've given yourself, the world believes that too. And so the question returns, not from the mirror this time, but from deep within. Will you keep letting yourself go? Or will you begin, today, to rise again? But let's be honest. Change is never easy. The moment you decide to rise, life will test you. Comfort will call you back, whispering, why bother? You'll never keep this up. You're too old, too tired, too far gone. That voice in your head will sound convincing because it knows your weaknesses. It knows the patterns you've built, the excuses you've rehearsed. And if you let it, it will lull you back into the slow death of neglect. But here's the paradox. The very discomfort you avoid is the doorway. Diamonds only form under pressure. And you, yes, you will only reclaim your beauty, your dignity, your power, when you step into that fire and refuse to turn away. Think of it this way. Every time you ignore your health, every time you skip care, every time you look in the mirror and sigh without acting, you are quietly announcing to the world that you have given up. But every time you fight back, every time you put on that clean shirt, every time you move your body even when you don't feel like it, you are writing a new story. And isn't that what life is? A story? A journey where every chapter is shaped by the choices we make. Look back for a moment. The times you felt most alive, weren't they the times when you invested in yourself? When you looked good, you felt good. And when you felt good, you attracted life itself. Opportunities, friendships, even love seemed to flow toward you. Why? Because self-respect is magnetic. Confidence is contagious. And beauty, real beauty, begins with care. This is not about chasing perfection. It is not about sculpting a body for the approval of others or painting a face to hide your truth. No, it is about honoring the temple that is yours. It is about saying to yourself, I deserve to be cared for. I deserve to feel strong. I deserve to shine. You see, when you let yourself go, the damage is not just physical. It's psychological. It creeps into your thoughts, infects your confidence, poisons your self-image. You start to shrink from life. You stop applying for that job. You stop meeting people. You stop dreaming. Slowly, invisibly, you fade. But when you take charge, even in small ways, you begin to expand again. Your world grows. Your possibilities grow. Imagine walking into a room, not in the best suit, not with the most expensive shoes, but with posture, with clarity, with a glow that comes from knowing you have cared for yourself. People notice. They may not even know why, but they feel it. And that feeling changes everything. No one will knock on your door, hand you your old spark, and say, "Here, take it back. That work belongs to you." And it begins the moment you stop saying someday and start saying today. And when you do, when you finally choose to rise, the world will rise with you. There is something sacred about the decision to return to yourself. At first, it feels small. Maybe you drink more water, maybe you clean your room, maybe you step outside and breathe deeply for the first time in weeks. But don't underestimate these tiny victories. They are signals to your soul. I have not abandoned you. I am coming back. And your soul responds. Slowly, quietly, like dawn breaking after a long night, it begins to shine again. You catch yourself smiling. You notice your shoulders standing taller. You begin to feel not perfect, not finished, but alive. And that aliveness is everything. Because when you let yourself go, life loses its color. Food becomes just fuel. Days blur into nights. And the mirror becomes an enemy you avoid. But when you care again, the world brightens. Colors return. Music moves you. Conversations awaken you. And the person staring back from the mirror no longer looks like a stranger. They look like a fighter. But let us be clear. Self-care is not vanity. Vanity is empty. It feeds only on shallow approval. Self-care, on the other hand, is reverence. It is saying, I will not waste the gift of being alive by treating myself as less than sacred. And this reverence spreads. When you treat yourself with respect, you naturally treat others with more patience, more kindness, more love. Think of a candle. A neglected candle collects dust. Its flame suffocated, forgotten. But when lit, it not only burns, it gives light to everything around it. You are that candle. When you burn bright, others see the way. This is why taking care of your looks and your life is not selfish, it's service. You inspire your children. You motivate, you show the world what it means to rise, to rebuild, to honor this body and this journey. And yes, the path will be hard. You will be tempted to fall back. You will hear voices mocking your effort. You will even face moments of exhaustion where you wonder if it's worth it. But in those moments, remember this. You are not just fighting for abs or skin or style. You are fighting for your soul. You are fighting for the life you almost lost to neglect. Every workout, every healthy choice, every time you choose discipline over laziness, it is a rebellion against decay. It is your way of saying to life itself, I am still here, I still matter, and I will not vanish quietly. So keep going, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts, because the pain of growth is always less than the pain of regret. And one day, sooner than you think, you will wake up, look in the mirror, and see not just a face, not just a body, but a spirit reborn. There comes a day when you realize the battle was never about looks alone. It was never just about weight, clothes, skin, or hair. These were symbols, mirrors reflecting something deeper. What you were truly fighting for was dignity. For the spark that says, I am worth the effort. I am worth the time. I am worth the love. And when that realization settles in your bones, everything changes. The gym is no longer punishment, it is prayer. Eating well is not restriction, it is reverence. Dressing with care is not vanity. It is respect for the temple you carry. You begin to live with intention, and in that intention, life itself reshapes around you. People notice, not just your appearance, but your presence. They feel the gravity of someone who has returned to themselves. You walk into a room, and it feels different. Not because of your clothes, but because you glow with the quiet confidence of someone who refused to die before death. And in that glow, you attract more than admiration. You attract opportunities, friendships, love, purpose. Because life responds to those who respect it. When you rise, life rises to meet you. But remember this, the work never ends. Self-care is not a destination, it is a rhythm. You will stumble again. You will have lazy days, broken nights, moments of doubt. And that's okay. The difference now is that you know the way back. You know that a single choice, a glass of water, a walk outside, a deep breath, can begin the return. So promise yourself this. Never let yourself go so far that you forget who you are. Hold on to your rituals, however small. Polish your spirit as you polish your skin. Strengthen your soul as you strengthen your body. And above all, honor the life that was given to you, for it is fleeting, fragile, and infinitely precious. Because at the end of it all, the goal is not to look young forever, or to chase an impossible perfection. The goal is to be alive while you are alive, to burn brightly while you have fire, to leave behind not just an image, but an energy, a memory of someone who lived fully, fiercely, beautifully. So rise now, step forward, begin again, improve your looks, yes, improve your life, absolutely, but most importantly, never stop remembering the truth. You are worth the fight.